Ladies and gentlemen, this is a New York Post article. The Wall Street Journal reported Thursday that the Justice Department's counterintelligence chief made a written request June 8th, 5 days after the initial FBI meeting, for a stronger lock on the basement door, signing his note, "Thank you." A source told the paper that a new lock was put in place the next day. The FBI already searched Mar-a-Lago in June. They then said he had to put a lock, like an extra lock or a better lock, a stronger lock, to prevent anybody from infiltrating and getting the boxes, 11 boxes or so that he left the White House with. Number one, this is not private servers with top secret and special access program intelligence. I love Reason magazine, love it, but there's an article saying it looks a lot worse than Clinton's servers with top secret intel. Respectfully, it absolutely does not. If you understand exactly how Clinton was able to transfer top secret and special access program intelligence and classified data from secure government locations onto servers for 4 years, then you know more than Strzok and Clapper and Brennan and Comey and President Obama. Nobody knows how Clinton was able to transfer all of that data. And I want a Hillary Clinton-Donald Trump 2024. Nobody will be happier for a rematch of 2016. And I think that's what's taking place, slowly but surely. But it is night and day. There was intent to commit a crime. There was intent to hide communication inherent to owning a private servers, and a dedicated staff to running those servers outside of the United States government is the intent to hide communication. You're breaking the law. James Comey knew this. Comey sided with the Democratic Party like the top echelon of the Federal Bureau of Investigation is and intel chiefs have done for the past 5-6 years. And so the difference is that Trump took a U-Haul or a truck from the White House, just like every president. He didn't have 30 million pages, which also, that's President Obama took 30 million pages. How does the National Archives look at 30 million pages? Something tells me they didn't read every one of the 30 million pages. But let's say they did. How do you get 30 million pages from a president's administration that aren't classified? How is that even possible? So anyway, they want to get Trump, and it's like this. It's like even the smartest people who actually aren't like fans of the Democratic Party think that everything Trump does is just due to his pettiness. It's like it's completely different. He has the highest level security clearance possible as a president and former president. Clinton did not. Trump did not have a dedicated team of people aimed solely at transferring top secret and special access and classified data. How Clinton was able to transfer classified data, receive emails from intel agencies, Department of Defense, Pentagon, the president. How is she able to email the president on a server that is not a .gov? How is that an email? How is that even possible? And Cheryl Mills, and I wrote a Daily Caller article on this. Cheryl Mills, and I wrote many articles in The Hill, the Huffington Post, and Salon on this. How is it possible for Clinton to email the president on an email that's not even that isn't even linked to the United States government? How is that even possible? How is that possible? So you want to talk about classified data and breaking the law? President Obama's administration made an absolute mockery of classified data. An absolute mockery. Hit subscribe to this channel, ladies and gentlemen. Share this segment everywhere, and we're going to be at over 200,000 subs soon, ladies and gentlemen. Party on this channel. Marriott Hageman is going to defeat Clinton. Liz Cheney. Almost the same thing. Clinton is probably a better human being than Liz Cheney. But anyway, that's a toss up there. But anyway, so Liz Cheney will lose on Tuesday, big time. 7 or 8 out of 10 Republicans who voted for impeachment are now, their careers have ended. The difference between Democrats accusing anyone like Tulsi Gabbard, who is principled and called out Clinton as being an operative of the Kremlin, and Trump defeating Republicans who want to impeach him, is that he should never have been impeached. Impeachment was always for a criminal act. Democrats have turned impeachment into a political statement. Well, get ready for mashed potato brains and his impeachment from Hunter, from emails showing that Hunter and Joe and all of them profited and pocketed hundreds of millions of dollars, or millions of dollars in their case, but hundreds of millions of dollars in deals that the emails show are blatant criminal acts. I mean, you have to actually read the emails. You don't read the emails, you don't know. Okay? And also, here's the difference between me and a morally superior liberal Democrat. Here's the difference, okay? The vote blue no matter who, YouTubers, and me. Okay, if Trump voted alongside the Lincoln Project, I wouldn't vote for Trump. If Trump had servers with top secret intel on them, completely hidden from the U.S. government, I wouldn't vote for Trump. So I'm not bound by allegiance to Trump. I like his policies. Anti-war, great economy. What's there not to like? I can differentiate between the media hysteria, which is always wrong about Trump, and who he is. You don't like him as a person? Well, let's see. You think Mashed Potato Brains is going to win any personality contests? You think Mashed Potato Brains will win a personality contest anytime soon? So, but the issue here is that the FBI knew. There was no intent to hide. With Clinton, apparently President Obama didn't know, and she had servers. Trump was leaving as president, and the National Archives having a dispute with Trump is just that, a dispute. Big deal. The National Archives exists in large part to just, collect presidential records for libraries or for posterity. So, 30 million unclassified documents from President Obama. Does that make any sense to you? Or is it that President Obama is going to have 30 million pages in his library? No. Or is he trying to hide communication that he had with private servers with his Secretary of State? Probably. Okay, you think a little bit outside of the box, and God forbid you perhaps imagine a world where President Obama wasn't perfect. Or where Clinton didn't have top secret intel on private servers for convenience. Okay? To equate the two is the most absurd and ludicrous thing of all time. What Clinton did was blatantly criminal. What Comey did was a blatant cover-up. What Trump did was they wanted him out of the White House, and they still aren't happy because then he took boxes for his library, and then they're losing their mind. Why? Kinzinger and Cheney failed to prove that he tried to overthrow democracy. First, he was installed by the Kremlin. Then he tried to overthrow the democracy years later, and in between then, he pressured Georgia, and engaged in criminal behavior in New York. Nothing sticks to Trump. Do you want to know why? You know when these people say, he hasn't been held accountable? For what? He didn't commit a crime. Believe me, if he committed a crime, he would have been indicted in 2015. Clinton did commit crimes. She wasn't indicted because you have Peter Strzok who says, we'll stop Trump. And James Comey said, gosh, I don't think the Steele dossier, we don't know if Clinton purchased it. Yeah, the whole thing was a setup. That's the thing, I'm not enamored with the personality of Biden or Clinton, but you know what? It's like, I don't merge or conflate personalities I don't like with criminal behavior. I'm not saying that Clinton committed crimes because, of her personality. She might be a wonderful human being, wonderful mother, grandmother, okay, but she had private servers with top secret intel. Trump was a former president with the highest classification, and he wanted a library. Big deal. So now the National Archives had a dispute for the past 6 months. So what? You can't, what? So the National Archives is the whole, you have to worship them? You can't possibly have a discussion or with lawyers? So what's the big problem? He wasn't trying to hide his communication because he had a foundation funneling hundreds of millions of dollars into the foundation from other people with pay-to-play schemes, or Hunter with like rampant criminality, even worse, potentially worse than Clinton's foundation. Maybe Biden is actually worse than both Clintons in terms of graft. But anyway, they're not going to find intent because he's a former president with boxes for a library. They're not going to find that any criminal intent, or he had the highest classification, and the precedent has been set. Uma Abedin, classified data, Comey letter. I mean, are you kidding me? President Obama's administration made a complete mockery of classified data. Now they're going after U-Haul boxes. I mean, they're desperate to get him. My God. Give me your thoughts below. Hit subscribe to this channel. Can they indict him? Maybe. But, I mean, that would backfire big time. Because then you'd get actually half the electorate voting for a person who was indicted, which they would do the same thing. If it's Clinton-Trump again, and Clinton gets indicted, which that will not happen this time around, or maybe ever, pertaining to the emails, but it could with Trump Republicans, like a Trump Republican attorney general, not Jeff Sessions, who was the worst attorney general of all time. But the difference between when they say, well, Trump went after Clinton for the servers. Like, well, she committed crimes. And so he's not a hypocrite because he didn't commit any crimes. If he did, they would have known. They would have already indicted the man because they're so desperate. My God, their life revolves around trying to indict this man. Democrats, their lives revolve around trying to cover up all the actual criminality. Give me your thoughts below. Hit subscribe to this channel right now. We are going to be past 200,000 subs in any day now. Be here Tuesday for the party and the live stream on Liz Cheney and Hagman and Wyoming. God bless the people of Wyoming. Wonderful, beautiful, amazing people.